Hey folks, we're back again. ExtremeHydrogenLabs.com. We've gone to straight distilled in our little makeshift pickle tank here. Easiest way to do it, at least for testing purposes. The straight distilled, we've gone down to 86, 87 degrees. It's been running about an hour now. I don't even see the ball. I know this is a terrible picture. And I wouldn't lie to you, we're hitting about 800 right now. 800 liters. You can probably see the ball fluctuating. Let me see if I can bring it back a little bit. Yeah, just an awful picture. It's got to be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know how us guys, we just can't give up on this stuff. We're going to plug in our other light. I can't really remember how to get this thing plugged back in. Actually, what we'll do is, we'll just leave that light out. We've doubled up on our connections. This power supply has 2 outlets. So what we're going to do, we're going to lose one, and we're going to watch one here. I think there might be enough here to watch it. Get a little cheese grater. Okay, I think we actually need to, well, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. We got a little neon going on there. I thought that might help for. This little guy really puts out. Immensely puts out. I really think we need to turn some better lighting on in here. Let's see if I can do that without too much trouble. I was kind of hoping that the neon would be a cool illumination, but it's obviously not working. Whoop. There we go. Okay, we're going to turn the power supply off. And as you see, we have one cable unhooked. These 2 cables here. One over to our system over here. Our testing equipment. But yeah, we're still sitting about 82 degrees. And believe it or not, things have been shut off for maybe a minute or so. We still have a little bit of flow on that ball there. Not much, but a little bit. That tank is still exhausting itself. That's good news. Then we have, well, let's see if we can get a better picture here. We have 2 power supply outlets on this unit. And if you notice over there, I have a 100 amp fuse by Stinger. Just in case I have a boo-boo, I'm going to blow that fuse. Doesn't look like it's hooked up, but believe me, it is. So as of right now, we have no voltage, no amperage. We share a little plate deal on here, and this is what I mentioned it before, this is my little cheese grater. And I'm going to try and find something here. See if I can set up. Here we go. Okay, we're going to apply power to that little baby. And we're going to put 12 volts to it. Just 12. There's sodium hydroxide in that tank. No brainer. A couple of platinum cables running to it. Here we go. Let's get one steady light going. Look at that thing go. Now that particular unit, or that two-plate system, I need to put that back into a container and harness it and check the pressure on it and the flow and so on and so forth. But the holes seem to make a big difference. I hear something sizzling somewhere. I think I got all my good connections everywhere. But yes, it seems to me that hydrogen comes off more edges than anything. That was my whole purpose on drilling the holes in that. I'm going to change it over to a 4-plate system. Positive, negative, positive, negative. And who knows, I may throw a neutral plate in the center. I haven't decided yet. But I'll tell you, that little guy right there draws no amperage and just puts out an enormous amount of hydrogen, at least by what it looks like. Like I said, it's not in a container. I don't have a pressure gauge. I don't have anything hooked up to it. But that little guy is doing rather well. Let's see if we can get a shot in the top here. She's just a cranking away. And you know, I really wonder if we get our trusty little torch out. Boy, the big old mess I got going on here, if we can find it. Let's see what we get. This is a rather large tank, so. This burned pretty good. So, I guess we'll see what happens here in the future with this little guy. This thing seems to be pretty promising. Like I said, I'm gonna change it, add a couple more plates, and see what happens. But I tell you, I really like the little 2-plate system, cheese grated, or just bored with a bunch of holes like a piece of Swiss cheese. Draws hardly any amperage and does very well. Produces, well, it seems to produce. We don't know that till we harness it and put it into a tank, or into a container, I'm sorry, and seal it up and see what the old magnetilic gauge says, and our bubbler, and so on and so forth. But we seem to be doing rather well. Well, again, signing off. See you next time. Have a good night.